Hello YouTubers, my name is Attila Mate from Blue Sky Photography, and today I would like to talk to you about two great cameras from Panasonic. The greatest cameras from Panasonic, I will call them, because they are the greatest. They are the flagship cameras in Panasonic lineup, Micro Four Thirds lineup, and they are the GH5 and the G9. Now the G9 was just released and it's not on the market yet. Especially here in Ireland, you know, it will appear on the camera shops and in January 2018, you know, so we are in January 2018, and I have to tell you that I'm very excited to go and to see on the release day, you know, which it will be in Limerick this January, end of January 2018. But what I wanted to talk to you about today, what is G9 and what is G5? Why it is great, the G9, and why it is great, the GH5? Now, I have to tell you that I could say like Panasonic G9 versus GH5 or backwards Panasonic GH5 versus G9, but this is not the case, because you simply cannot say versus, you know, it's completely two different cameras and completely, I would say, different point of view, you know, of when you look at these two cameras, and I tell you why. Let's see some core differences between these two cameras. I will chime down on my phone, sorry about it, but I have to see the notes. I made some notes so I don't forget some things, you know. Okay, so the G9 is a heavily photo-oriented camera, which is very surprising from Panasonic, because until now Panasonic, they used to do great cameras like the G7, G85. They were kind of photo-oriented cameras, but they were not as heavily photo-oriented like the G9. In the same time, they used to do also kind of photo and video cameras, you know, not like especially photo-oriented, but this one is very heavily photo-oriented camera with great video capabilities. And this is surprising because they packed a lot of things from the GH5 in the G9, and surprisingly much they packed in it. So it's like, I was thinking why they are not afraid that they are cannibalizing the market against the GH5, you know, because some people might think, well, why should I buy the GH5, which is expensive, and this has a lot. Yeah, but still, GH5 is the best video camera, I tell you, for the price range. So this is a very heavily photo-oriented camera. The design is completely different like the GH5, and the design is different because they took out some of the heat absorption systems, you know, the heat sinks. They took out, so they could make a different grip. The grip is much deeper, is much comfortable when you hold the camera, you know, in your hand. Now, obviously, if you want to do something, you know, you have to add something. If you want to add something new, you have to take out something many times. You have to sacrifice something. And because this is a heavily photo-oriented camera, they took out that, you know, and they made a different grip, deeper grip, you know, and in this case, the video, it will not be unlimited recording time like the GH5. This will be only 10 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, you know, 30 minutes probably, yeah. And but it is still great. It is still great. And I tell you, I don't want to speak about over here about all the specifications, because you can see that, you know, that you can see anywhere. What I want to mention over here, only some key differences, which in my opinion, the reason why you cannot say versus G9 versus GH5. So this is the different design, yeah. The second is the top LCD illuminated. Now, I like that top LCD on DSLRs. I like that. I used to be a Pentax user, an Icon user, you know. I like that Pentax cameras, they have brilliant top LCDs, you know, very nice and very helpful many times. Again, they redesigned the image stabilization. So now it's on to 6.5 stops. The GH5's image stabilization, it was great. But you could see the difference between the Olympus image stabilization in the EM-1 Mark II and the GH5. You could see the difference, definitely. But now, with this one, I think they match up the EM-1 Mark II, in my opinion. So the image stabilization, it was excellent on the GH5, but this is even better. So another thing which is, in my opinion, surprising, and it is very good, that is the high resolution photo mode. And I tell you, I was positively surprised and very surprised when they introduced this, because this was somehow, you know, this was somehow an Olympus thing, you know, like Olympus used to do it between the Panasonic and Olympus in the Micro Four Thirds world, you know, they used to do this high resolution photo mode. And honestly, this was the only reason. When I was thinking to buy a mirrorless camera, I was hesitating between the Fuji system and the Micro Four Thirds system. And when I was considering the Micro Four Thirds system, this was the only reason I was leaning towards Olympus, the high resolution photo mode. Because if you are on a landscape, you know, you want to do some landscape shots, you can do great job with high resolution photo mode. And in some cases, even with portraits, if your subject is ready to stay still, you know, you can do great job even in portraits. Now, they introduced now in Panasonic G9, and that is excellent, because this camera now suddenly became a fair competition to the Olympus EM-1 Mark II, because it has the high resolution photo mode, it has the 6.5 stop image stabilization, it has the dual SD card slot, it has the anti-freeze, anti-weather proofing, whatever you can call it, and so on and so on and so on. It has even better video capabilities. And it has until 180 frames per second slow motion video in 1080p. This is brilliant, I tell you. So it is suddenly a great competition for the Olympus EM-1 Mark II, I tell you. And it's cheaper, because the Olympus is 2,000 euro and this will be 1,700. So 300 euro difference. 300 euro, it's a great amount of money. You buy a good lens with it. So the next thing is high frame rates in still and full HD video. Again, like I said, in still images you will have some crazy frame rates. You can have a look on the specification, but it's like 30, 60 frames in 6K photo mode and all kind of, I don't know, whatever. It's 12 frames on mechanical shutter, you know, it's so high frame rates that I imagine that's more than enough, you know, for anything you want to use, more than enough. And in video, like I said before, you know, it's until 180 frames in 1080p and until 60 frames in 4K. So it's just more than enough for anything. Okay, these are kind of the G9, on the G9 side, you know. But when you look at the GH5 is more like a video-oriented camera and less photo-oriented. The GH5 will lack the 6.5 stop image stabilization. It will have a 5 stop image stabilization instead, which is great. Like I said, I did try and I tested and it was excellent. I can't complain, you know, at all. And honestly, I think that is again it's more than enough, you know, 5 stops. But still, to have 6.5, it's even better. So that is the GH5, and the GH5 also has, you know, like in video, like these anamorphic video modes and all that, you know, like 10-bit, 10 point, whatever, you know, it's just, I don't want to get into specification because it will be too long, the video will be too long. But when we talk about video, simply you cannot get a better camera like the GH5 for that price point, for 2,000 euro. You can't, period, to make better 4K video. And I don't even want to mention over there that if you look at my channel, you know, you see I shoot with Panasonic FZ2000 my videos, which is again great camera for video. And you see that Panasonic video quality is excellent. It's great, I like it. So in my opinion, you don't have to think about versus. You will have to think about what I am oriented for. I'm oriented more for video, less photo, or more for photo, less for video. And you have to choose your camera this way. Or if you have money and if you have the possibility, the budget, if you want the optimal setup for you, one of each, G9, one GH5. You are done for everything, I tell you. I used to have a video where I used to say that the best camera combo of the year, you know, and I choose the Olympus EM-1 Mark II and the Panasonic GH5. And I said because they share the lens selection and because one is great in photo and the other is great in video. Now I have to tell you, now the Olympus can be changed with the G9 without any issue. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think that if you have the budget, you can go and buy both, and you are set for photos, for videos, for high frame rates, for sports, wildlife, whatever, professional video, whatever you want to use it, you are set. And let's not even talk about that the G9 will be a great complementary camera for the GH5 in video. If you want to shoot professional video, that will be great. It won't be like the GH5, but it still will be a great complementary camera. So, I hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If you have different opinion, if you want to add something to this video, please feel free and leave a comment down below. And I wait, like I said, I wait really much because until now I didn't try the G9, and I wait very much to go down and to try it and to have a hands-on experience with the G9. Unfortunately, in Ireland everything is a little bit later than in other countries, you know, I just can't get my hand on it. But I will try as soon as they have the release day. I will go down to Limerick in the camera shop and I will do it. But if you want to add something to this video, please feel free and leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and share my videos. And hit the little bell button near the subscribe button to get notified when I upload another video. And other than that, I wish you a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.